Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a fantastic Doctor Who review for today. And of course, we are reviewing the 7th story from Doctor Who Season 1. So, in this review series, you have seen me do reviews for basically Story 1 to Story 6, which is basically from John Earthly Child down to the Aztecs. Now, we'll be reviewing the Sensorites, which was actually broadcast from the 20th of June to the 1st of August, 1964. Now, I do personally enjoy this story. William Hartnell's definitely my favourite actor in this story. I love the first Doctor in this story because he's very, very serious. He's very crotchety. He's very grumpy. And he literally does have a go at the Sensorites quite a few times, which I absolutely love because I do like how the first Doctor argues with them. Now, I want to talk a bit about the sets, really. Talk about the plot of the story, what I enjoy from it, and of course, more importantly, how I rank and rate the Sensorites. So, let's get into it. So, the first thing I've got down is the sets designs. Now, the actual sets look really great. I love the human rocket design. I love where you have William Russell looking outside the kind of spaceship window and you just have a Sensorite popping out from the middle of space, which is a fantastic sort of way to do it. It's like, if anyone has actually ever watched Mr. Ben, which was a cartoon back in the 70s, you can just play that theme tune when you pop the Sensorite up from, when it's literally coming up from the actual window, or the Benny Hill theme, when it just pops up, which is absolutely fantastic, because it really works. It honestly works. I just love when the Sensorites just pop out of the window in space, like, hello. It's really great. I absolutely love that scene. It's absolutely fantastic. But the set design for the human rocket, it's absolutely fantastic, and you can tell it's very futuristic because this story does take place in the 51st century, right about the same time as Planet of the Ood, where the Doctor basically mentioned in his 10th incarnation that he was in that region of space a long time ago with his granddaughter, which of course is a reference to the Sensorites with the Sensosphere. Now, I absolutely love the design of the human spaceship, but when you get to the whole set design of the Sensorites' home planet, like when they have that little fantastic room where they're talking to the elder Sensorite, and the whole design is just absolutely fantastic. The corridors on the human spaceship is really well as well. So I absolutely love quite a few things in this story. Now, I love the shot where you got the TARDIS team inside the TARDIS. It all started out as quite of a mystery in an old junkyard, and now it's turned out to be quite a spirited adventure. What did you say? Yes, I absolutely love that line. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, the Sensorites annoy the Doctor in 2 different occasions in this story. So the first one is they do pinch the lock to the TARDIS. So they actually use a little device and they actually take the lock of the TARDIS so they can't get back into the TARDIS. If Hartnell kind of did what basically the modern Doctor do, it wouldn't really need to matter, because all they've got to do now, these days, for basically Tennant, Smith, Capaldi, is literally just go, click your fingers, the TARDIS door's open. Where back then, the actual lock was more important. So, I'm not really too keen on Modern Who. I like some of the episodes. I do like some of the stuff from Modern Who. But I just prefer Classic Who, because Classic Who just makes more sense to me than basically Modern Who. Like, what's the whole point of having a lock in the TARDIS if you could just go like that? It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. But I will talk about that when I get to review, basically, when I do my overhaul thoughts on those future series. Because at the end, when we do reach basically the final story in the next review, which is basically the Reign of Terror, I will be doing a overhaul review on season 1, because I have basically rewatched the story as I go along. So, I absolutely do enjoy this story. Now, the second part where the Sensorites really annoy the Doctor is that the fact they use their telepathic powers and basically talk to Susan. So, Time Lords are very fantastic in the way, because they're supposed to be telepathic, which is why they have telepathic circuits. And of course, when the Doctor meets himself in the future, they have a telepathic conference, where the very first time we actually see the Time Lords basically being telepathic is in the Sensorites with Susan, because she does communicate with the Sensorites. And of course, the Sensorites are telepathic as well, when they actually put these little devices to their head, and of course they can talk to each other through wave patterns. Now, I absolutely love the way how the first Doctor says, Susan and I have been travelling for a long time. We have never argued. Until now. And I blame you. Yes, I blame you. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes, I do. I blame you. That's my Hartnell impression. But I absolutely do enjoy the Sensorites. Now, when you do get to the planet, and of course you do meet the rest of the Sensorites, you've got the Elder Sensorite, you've got the second command base who wants to be first command and basically try and kill all the humans in this story, and basically he wants to rule the planet, where the Elder is basically going, nope, I want to do things my way, you know, I want to make peace with the humans, I don't want war with the humans, where this second Sensorite is like, I want to cause war with the humans, I want to have this planet to rule for myself. Yeah, of course the TARDIS team does help, and basically for the plot of their basically being poisoned because of one of the crew members on the human rocket was down on the Sensorite home planet, and of course poisoning their drinking supply, which of course the Doctor and Ian do find out, and they do sort, and they do find a cure, and the whole Sensorites do give the TARDIS lock back to them, and then of course they do go on to the next adventure in the middle of the French Revolution, in the French Revolution in the Reign of Terror. So that is a little bit of the subplot, basically, of the Sensorites. I don't really want to give too much away for you, because I do really want people to go back and watch this story for themselves. So basically, the Sensorites, it is a fun 6-part story. It really is a great story. I love how the First Doctor is very grumpy with the Sensorites. Again, they do pee him off twice in this story. I mean, by manipulating Susan and of course stealing the lock to the TARDIS. Ian and Barbara don't really have much to do in this story, apart from Ian basically having to work with the Doctor where he goes around the sewers, where Barbara, she just kind of there-ish. So yeah, I really think this story is a little bit of a potential for the Doctor, because the Doctor does have a lot going on. Susan has a lot in this story as well going on. It's really great that back in this first season, you have basically stories where, but you can see a lot more going on with different characters and different companions. Say, like for the Aztec, that is a Barbara story, where this is technically a Susan story, because Susan is the main character and she's basically using her telepathic circuits, where basically the Honourable Child and the Daleks is a Doctor story. And of course you got the Crusade, well, the not Crusade, sorry, you got, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's different parts of the season. Some of the characters do have their own sort of things to do, where the Doctor has quite a lot to do. This is the story where Susan really stands out to me, because Susan has a lot to do in this story than she has done in the previous 6 stories. So it is a bit of a shame that literally after this story, she has 3 more stories, and then, well, she kind of has 3 stories, and then we have her departure in a 3rd story, which is 2 stories into season 2. But yeah, this is where Susan really does have character development for me, and I do quite enjoy Carolyn Ford's performance. I do love the telepathic circuit, like the telepathic brainwave with between Susan and the Tellarites. The whole set design for these Sensorites, absolutely fantastic. I do enjoy it. Again, as I said, this story was actually broadcast from the 20th of June to the 1st of August 1964, written by Pete R. Newman, which is honestly such a great name, having Newman. I wish my name was Paul Newman, not Paul Bailey. I wish. That would absolutely be fantastic. But yeah, this story is genuinely fantastic. So how do I rank and rate the Sensorites? Well, there are people out there that does not enjoy this story. I want people to... My reviews is not just for me to give you my thoughts on them. I kind of want people to go back and watch these stories for themselves, and then come back to me and say, you know what, I did enjoy this story, which is why I want to do this review series every Monday. I absolutely love the Sensorites. It is just a story. So I have to give this one just an A. Not an A+, not a -A, just a standard A, because it is good. I do enjoy it, but it's not amazing, even though it does give Susan a lot to do in the story. And again, I have to give this one a 10 out of 10. Just a 10 out of 10, because I do enjoy it. It's absolutely great. I absolutely love this story. I love how it has Susan. I love how the Doctor is very grumpy towards the Sensorites, considering that the Doctor is put through a little bit of pasting for this story. But yeah, I really do enjoy the Sensorites. So what do you think of Doctor Who the Sensorites? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe and share, and do follow some Doctor Who content. Have an amazing day, you amazing viewers and subscribers. And stay absolutely magnificent.